All right, so this is Kai Louie here. Again, thank you guys so much for sticking with me here. I apologize. This is part three, and this should be my last on this stories on this vlog. So, anyways, so I made it to Arizona. I was charging my phone. I waited out for a little bit longer than normal after I filled up my tank. Um, Stopped for some lunch because I knew that I was headed into Las Vegas rush hour. And so I was like, I knew there was gonna be a while before, and I didn't want to starve. Um, and so Arizona was beautiful too. It wasn't like 127 degrees. It was actually, I think, maybe 70. So very, very hot, but not very, very hot, but hot. It felt nice after going through Colorado and 50 degrees in Utah. So it was nice. And I knew I was getting closer to California because, you know, coast. So I contacted my girlfriend. I was like, okay, what happened? Why haven't been answering my phone? Why or my calls, my text messages? I am literally, I was really close to not making it. And she's like, what do you mean? And I was like, well, apparently you did not get my messages. If that's the case, I texted you 1,700 times, letting you know that my phone is getting low. I'm off course trying to find a gas station, not finding it. But I'm calling to let you know and you know and she was like, well, sorry, I was running around with my grandma or something like that. Um, I was like, okay, but you couldn't pick up the phone. You couldn't text me like my life. Hello. Um, yeah, she I was not I was not too happy there because then I was contacting Sam, her sister, and I was like, "Why is Melissa not answering my phone number or my phone calls?" And she's like, "I don't know. Let me ask her." She answered Sam right away, but not me. Um, so I called Sam. I was like, "Sam, I my phone was going to die. My car was going to die. I was not like I had enough gas to get through part of Utah. I was going to stop to get gas station, but it took me a little off course, and then it took me even further off course 'cause that gas station that I was going to go to was not in service. My car was going to die. I was trying to reach Melissa. She never answered. I don't know what's going on, and she wouldn't have found me. I would have died in my car, basically. No, I would have died in my car. No, basically, it would have happened. Um, it was very scary. So then so after contacting her, contacting my mom, um, um, I know Sam kind of bitched Melissa out for that. I talked to her about that a while ago. She's like, yeah, I was freaking out too. I was like, I was freaking out for her for some reason. um, Sam was taking her place, basically. Um, Anyways, so I parted ways after lunch. I made my way to Las Vegas, which was about 2 hours after that. Um, and uh, and so on the way over there, this was really scary. It started raining again. Um, and okay, so I noticed. Okay, so I was driving. This was 2 lanes now. On the main highway to California, from Arizona to Las Vegas to California. So it was a two-way lane. I noticed this blue car was coming up behind me. I think it was a Focus, and it was on the left side, speeding past, and it started raining. And I was like, okay, you really need to slow down. I don't know why you're going I think maybe she was going maybe 82 or something like that, and it was like 75, but it was raining and there were sharp corners. Um, I was taking my time. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna speed here. I'm not gonna go. It's raining. I don't know where technically I'm at. There's sharp turns coming up, but I noticed this car go zoom past me, and I was like, okay, this is not gonna be good. Um, about five, maybe no, about 8 to 10 minutes later, I get to the end of Arizona and the border of Arizona and making my way to Las Vegas. And I noticed there was a wreckage. There's smokage coming out from like a very big, big cloud. And I'm like, oh my god, this is not going to be good. Um, I went past it, and it was the blue car that passed me. 15 minutes earlier, going 80. Flipped the car upside down. The cops from or the ambulance and police from Las Vegas was more closer than Arizona's police. They're already online and checking it out and getting her out, or whoever the driver was out. Um, I didn't slow or stop my car to see the aftermath or to make sure that that person got out, but it was scary. You know, guys, again, I was on my own. I was scared because first off, I was driving by myself, um, in states that I never been in. Month and a half into driving, and I, I just experienced really super scary stuff about my car almost not making it, about you know my phone dying, nobody being able to reach me, um, and then this accident. Um, and so after that, I'm like, okay, if I'm to go on the next, once I get there to California, um, if I'm to ever travel like this again, I'm making sure someone comes with me. Um, because it was really scary for just me to experience. I make my way to Las Vegas. Like I said, it was rush hour time there, so it was bumper to bumper traffic. I texted Melissa saying, "Hey, I'm about 4 hours out." She's like, "Oh wow, that was fast." I'm like, "Well, you should have replied faster." you know, I'm making my way now. Um, and then I made my way to California. Um, and the agricultural checkpoint, whatever you want to call it, I don't know what you call it here. I forget. Where you cross borders and they check whether you have, the right car to drive, whatever. And they're like, "What are you here for?" And I was like, well, as you can see in the back of my car, I'm trying to move here. Um, they really have everything back there." They're like, "How long are you planning on staying?" I'm like, "Well, I'm hoping as long as I can. I mean, I'm looking to move here. Any recommendations?" And the guy just laughed, but he's like, "Yeah, you're good. You're clear to go through." He's like, "No plants, no nothing." I was like, "No, no, just bags of clothes and stuff, the normal stuff." And the guy was pretty cool about letting me in, and I made my way to San Bernardino, um, and then Beaumont, and stayed in Beaumont, Motel 6. And let me tell you, I've said this before in the other video, Suicidal Thoughts one, that I was in and out of hotels for 2 months there. That's when I arrived. 2 days after I got here, um, oh no, I got to rewind just a tad bit. The night that I arrived and I made it to San Bernardino, it was Highway 60, one of the main freeways here, and I was coming off the ramp, and I was like, okay, I gotta slow down because there's like 3 or 4 semi trucks blocking my way in. I was like, okay, road's cutting in, like road's ending, or the ramp's ending, and this truck is not speeding up. It's not slowing down. It's not letting me in. I gotta do what I gotta do to figure out a way in. Otherwise, I'm going off road. Um, and so even though the truck hated me, I sped up and I kind of cut him off. I was like, okay, you're supposed to slow down, and he wasn't slowing down. He wasn't speeding up. So I sped up a little bit quicker than normal. I got in front of him about 20, 25 to 30 feet. Made it, clear as day. He was honking at me. But I was like, hey, you know what? You didn't move. You didn't stop. My road was running out. I'm not going to stop when there's other cars behind me getting on the ramp. Um, so that was scary too. And then 2 days after, I was in that accident. Um, Very scary. Um, yeah, I mean it's been a crazy drive. And that's the whole point of this vlog is and I learned a lot. I experienced a lot. And know to not do it alone ever again. It was very scary, very exciting, um, very sad because I missed my mom. You know, um, and very upset that my girlfriend wasn't reaching out to me at the time, as much as I hoped. Um, so there's a lot of things that happened, um, but in what I'm trying to say here is this message here is the drive was amazing, scary, like I said just a minute ago. Um, I mean, I was able to see. I went through 4 different states. I went from Colorado to Utah to Arizona to Vegas to California, all in, you know, it was crazy. It was good. It was awesome. Um, but I'm never doing it alone ever again. Um, Learned my lesson there. Um, so my advice to you guys is, um, have somebody with you. I don't know if you guys can drink caffeine or not, but when I would stop at gas stations, I would I would get Monster to keep me up. Monster's not good, um, but it's what kept me going. I know coffee. If I was to do coffee, that would make me fall asleep. So I had Monster. I had music playing. I had the windows down quite a bit. Um, I wasn't talking to myself, okay, I lie there. Um, I did talk to myself. I was pretty much yelling at myself, freaking out when my car was going to die in Utah. Because, hey, if my car wasn't found, nobody was reaching out to me, my phone was dying, I would have been dead. And, you know, what's funny about it now, and I laugh about it, is when I was talking to Melissa about it, when I told her, hey, I was going to die and you weren't going to know because you were not replying to my messages. You weren't answering my phone calls. Um, she's like, we would have found you. I'm like, how the frick would you find me? How? Do you have a helicopter somewhere that I don't know about? And why couldn't you just tell me that in the first place? I would have flown over here. And she was laughing about it. I'm like, no, my phone was going to die. My car was going to die. I was not going to make it. You wouldn't have known because you never picked up. My phone was going to die. My car was going to die. And you never replied to me. So how would you? But anyways, I made it here. I'm safe and sound. I've been here for a little bit. Um, and it's been pretty great so far, despite all the crap I've been going through. This it's a new chapter in my life that I'm really excited for. So, you know, good luck to you in your travels if you guys do that. And